Hello and welcome to WOW's Operation Replays. I'm your host, Lord Holland, and today I am doing a kid review. So the kid is the Tier 8 Premium American Destroyer. It is the only Tier 8 destroyer for the Americans. The only other destroyers are the Sherman, which is coal, Summers, which is removed. You can't get it no more. Benham, which you can only get in super containers and at Christmas, and the Black, which is also available for coal. And then, of course, the trusted, trusted Sims and Mahan. Really great destroyers, but we're talking about Kid today. So Kid, as a premium, comes with the standard, economic boosts. Pretty average. I usually run, a little bit boosters just to give her a little bit more. But, like most destroyers, coated in 19mm armor with the superstructure. Not much armor. So, you're not going to be tanking. You're not going to be doing anything. But, when she's spec'd out with a full survivability, she does about 20,000 HP points. And then you're looking at reload. Now, I do run a different... This is how I run my... Kid. Now, I have Alexander Ovechkin, which you can't get him anymore. You can't get him because he was part of a limited time event. I think I got him through missions, I believe. Now, he is trained for Lexington, but I need to retrain him at some point. But I run, typical DD skills. These are always the main DD skills. Preventative maintenance, last stand, survivability expert, concealment, adrenaline rush. Now, I run, main battery because it's a gunboat. This is a gunboat. And then since I'll have like 5 more points, I may put it into just whatever I feel is necessary. I know I'm going to pick up Superintendent for sure. Superintendent is a must. So if you're going to run Kid, I would recommend, those skills. So that would leave you with about, that'd leave you 2 more points. So if you have a captain that has increased skills like Ovechkin here or John Doe, if you really wanted to be aggressive, you could put these in, but you could also go for the increased torpedo speed or reload if you wanted to use torp power. Now, Kid only gets 1 torpedo tube. These are 2-minute long reloads. And they're 9.2 kilometer range and a 55 knot speed. So these are slow. They're not great torpedoes. They're not the best. But where Kid really shines is right here. Her AA. She has some of the best. She's one of the best AA cruisers. As you can see here, you bring up the Beauforts. You can see this thing is basically covered in Beaufort mounts and everything. This thing is an AA machine. This thing is amazing. It'll save you so much on Hermes, Cherry Blossom, any operation that has planes. This thing will shred them. Now, for consumables, that's where it gets hairy. And that's where it becomes, a preference on the play style. She gets the typical American smoke, a heal, which is one of the only destroyers at this tier that has a heal. And she has engine boost or defensive off fire. If you're going to be running, if you're going to pick your op and run the op, you can use defensive fire, but it's usually a guarantee that you want to, due to her, not great speed, engine boost. Always engine boost. And this is usually always the standard destroyer module. Main armaments 1, engine room, aiming systems, propulsion, so you can go back and forth a little bit faster since you'll be sitting in smoke and farming, and concealment module. Those are pretty much your best. And then you got her 5.8 detection, which is phenomenal. Now with speed, flag on, like Lo Yang, she'll go 40 knots. So that's not bad, but it's not great. I mean, if you want DDs with speed, La Terrible. Go with La Terrible. La Terrible is one of the best DDs for speed. Not as very situational, unlike Kid. But Kid is just an amazing destroyer. For Camo-wise, she gets usually the default camo, which is kind of like this. But if you have the alternative, collection, you get this kind of camo. But she doesn't get any special camo, unfortunately. But she is just an amazing destroyer. I was lucky enough when they did the cruiser split years ago for the Americans, which was the light cruisers, I believe. Yeah, the light cruisers. They had a mission from the crates where you could get the kid for free. I was one of the few that actually got both the Monahan and the kid for free. I got this ship for free. So I consider myself really fortunate. As you can see, I do play quite a bit. Not a lot in ops. Like I said, most of these ships would just gather dust till ops came around. And then I started using them. But this is an amazing op ship. I highly recommend this ship. She's on my recommended list of tier 8 ships. You can't beat a kid. It is one of the best DDs out there for operations. With like Akatsuki and Lo Yang being like in those top like 3, I would feel. Like I would put Kid, Akatsuki, and then Lo Yang in my top 3 destroyers for tier 8 ops. But we'll get into the replay version and you'll see how aggressive and powerful Lo Yang can be. Hello and welcome to WOW's Operation Replays. And this is the Kid replay. So, I'm playing with my buddy Wacky. We have a Brandenburg, a Colorado, a Fuso, a Harbin, a Flint, and myself, a Kid. Now, I'm going to be doing a very aggressive play style. This is how I always play a destroyer on this map. Always play a destroyer. I always do this. I used to never do it, but when the replays come, when I started running cruisers differently, like I've done this in a Harbin, I've done this in Akatsuki, Shiriatsu, I've done it in multiple destroyers. I know what I'm doing. And if you can pull it off, then you're just that much better. Now Wacky's of course coming over to try to help me. And you don't want to scare the DDs off immediately. Like, see how he's quickly turning? He's turning kind of out. You don't want them to turn out, like, immediately. You want them to kind of come forward. Like, there he is turning. You want those guys to come out further. And that's what makes it really hard. If they start running away like this, then it's going to be a lot harder. Once they lay the smoke screen, then you can kind of push them. Because you can see them as long as someone's spotting them, but they can't shoot you back. Now, let's say if the Harbin had came with me, it would have been, he could have had a lot of fun. And yeah, it may not look like much right now, but you'll see how quickly it adds up. At this point, I'm staying bow in because I know torps could be coming. I'm honestly being aware. And Wacky's, still providing me with support. I see the DDs. I know what my focus firing penalty is like 2.2 kilometers. So I know I can fire it with impunity. And they're literally both right both. So I focus everything on those guys. Wacky picks up that one for me, so that's great. And I've got that one's engine and its rudder. Wacky comes in. Doesn't quite miss it because I blew the engine out for it, but I pick up that DD. I'm up to 16,000. And look at our battleship placement also. They're doing pretty good. The Brandenburg's doing really well. I dropped torps on the Wyoming, and then I start shooting. Or then I dropped torps on the New York. Sorry, I dropped torps on New York and started firing, trying to get that fire. There's the fire. So when the torps hit, if lucky, they cause a flood. Now I keep shooting, trying to get another fire. And you'll just see how the damage just quickly stacks up with the gunboat build. I keep shooting, I keep shooting, I keep shooting, and I'm just not getting lucky with the fires. But I do get 2 floods and I blow his engine out. Now he's basically stuck. And you can look at the map and see our Harbin. He's kind of deciding to come back in and help. And it's on this that I decide, you know, pop my smoke. Because the ones that are left for me are going away. So I have to basically protect myself. And I'm telling the Fuso to get back because, look at him. He's got a destroyer right there in front of next to him. Not going to be pretty for him. I get a fire. Great. Harbin picks up the New York, unfortunately, but you see how my damage is just climbing? Just being able to just shoot with impunity here. But I also have to, because look at our battleships, they're not really helping. And Wacky can't come and help me now because he has to basically focus on the Dallas, otherwise he'll die, and he has to help support his Flint. And I'm thinking, go here, focus here. And it's like, okay, there's the Indianapolis. His engine's gone. They pick up the Clemson, which is great. But look at our Harbin. He really screwed up. Look, he has no health left. And you see his torps going out there in the deep water. They're not going to hit him. And he shoots. But he's still within detection range of his smoke firing penalty, so he's gonna die. And I'm just trying to help to get the AA out so Wacky can get the planes, because I need his help. I get a fire, great. And I pick up the Indianapolis with a fire. And I know that, you know, the cruisers are coming. I gotta get out of here. I know I gotta get out of here. I got a smoking 60 in a minute, so I gotta get it out of here. I don't choose to burn a heal or my speed boost, because I know I can still make it. I'm really close to being able to make it, so I don't have to worry. But you see the Harbin's just kind of screwed. And you see the Fuso is still pushing in. Kudos to the Fuso for trying, but not really good. And you see right there, the cruisers pop up. I load AP, fire one more salvo, and I start shooting armor piercing. There goes my engine right off the bat in a fire, and I hold my fire. I can't. I'm gonna wait until I can make sure I can get around this rock.
Problem solved, sir.
And let's look at the Fuso's health. Yeah, he's still full health. Wacky and the Flint have picked up the Dallas, so we don't have to worry about that. And I loaded HE because I'm like, okay, they're gonna shoot him, and I don't really have to worry. Now, I'm always watching the guns. I'm watching to make sure they start coming in. Yes, I'm shooting AP, but I constantly throttle my engine to dupe the shots. Because if I had been driving forward, I probably would have taken that torque. I'm laying my smoke screen now because I know I gotta go dark and farm. And I still close it, still put it at 1/4 so I can get as much smoke out, so I have as much leeway to move. But look at the Fuso. He is moving basically broadside to the Marblehead, which of course has torps. And right there, see the cruisers are right there. I turn my guns back right there. And you just see it loading armor piercing, just waiting for the Citadel, and I'm just loading it. Boom, boom, boom. And once you get the aim mark, it goes down real fast. 14 Citadels, he's gone. And I start going forward. Omaha does, and the Fuso does die, which is unfortunate. I should have had that kill, but, you know, wacky. It's no problem. There were 30 Citadels for those 2 cruisers. And I know that I could have cruisers coming down on top of me, right? So I know I can't stay in this area forever. I gotta get out of here. But, you know, I've used 2 smokes, which is, it's okay. But I've still got 3 heals. I've still got 3 engine boosts. And our Flint is like, we've already lost the BB already, which is unfortunate. But then I reply with saying, like, we'll be okay. And I'm like, tier 6 not really needed. As long as tier 8s are alive, we will be okay. Which is true. And Brandenburg, yep, like, yep, we will be okay. Yes, we've lost an 8 already. We've lost the Fuso. Not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. We can still pull it behind. They just got it. We have our carrier. We have a Flint. And we still have the ability. See, if I had stayed in the south, yes, I probably could have, you know, got some more damage, got some good Citadel hits. But I'm gutsy and I'm brave, but I'm not that gutsy and brave to stay down there. And I like, how do you still die in the first wave? And I'm like, it's $1 million question. I'm not criticizing people. I'm just saying, I'm just agreeing with them that it's really, you know, odd and it's unfortunate. And the Brandenburg's like saying bot play style, but at this point, you know, I'm not choosing to shoot. I'm gonna keep these guys spotted because the air groups are coming in. As long as I keep these guys spotted, my teammates can shoot them. Meaning it makes it much easier. So I just, you know, keep an idea that my detection's 5.8, so I just, you know, I slowly just throttle out of detection range. Just keeping spotting damage. But I mean, I'm up to 200,000 now. And we're 10 minutes in. And I dropped torps on that one Pensacola, knowing that I can at least, and then I realized, okay, I'm within detection range. Now I have to get out of here. But I wait a little too long. And then when I finally realize it, I gun it. And they start shooting me down. And this is where, you know, ducking and dodging, throttling your speed. And I get a torp, great. And that knocks out the Pensacola's engine. So it's kind of... But he's also, you know, kind of... And I should have played this a little bit more differently. But I'm happy with the results. I get my Citadels. And Blackie does pick up that kill. Yeah, Blackie picks up that kill. I should have had that, but it's whatever. And then after this, it's like, okay, time to pop the last smoke. And I get 2 fires. My torps are knocked out, and it's like, oh boy. But so I pop my first heal. Still got plenty of heals, and I pop my repair so I can get undamaged. But I'm still within super close range. You know, maybe at this side, not much, but it adds up. And I get 12 AP hits. Well, look at that. Another 2 Citadels, and I pick up 2 kills. But this is where it gets real. See, this is where it gets very, you know, interesting. Usually these destroyers are a pain. I have a perfectly good smoke and a great position. My teammates are basically spotting these guys, so I can really just shoot these guys with impunity from my smoke. But look at my reload. It's down to 2.5 seconds now. So it's just about pumping out the damage, I pick up that destroyer, boom, he's gone. And I switch to the closest one. Yeah, that one's a bit closer, but As long as they're not within my detection rings, I don't really matter. And I go back and forth, using my smoke so I don't sit in one spot. That's just typical gameplay for a DD and smoke. When I pick up that one, I could have killed the other one, but you know, he's in that smoke screen, so it's kind of hard to see it. But you know, I keep throttling, I stop, and then I realize he's right there. And you see I'm just breaking his modules, Brandenburg picks that one up, it's okay. But up to 260,000. Now watch me try to shoot this guy. So my shells are actually on target, I'm actually hitting him. And then he goes dark. And I see Wacky's going for there. I know we have that one cruiser. And it's really a flip coin at this point. Do I go for the carrier, which I know is going to keep going south, or do I go back to the repair base? I've still got 2 heals. I've still got 3 engine boosts. I pop a heal so I can get some more health back, and I go back in. Because Wacky's trying to kill that CV. They're trying to kill that CV. And usually people don't really get the CV when it goes south like this. I'm out here alone. My teammates can try and help me. If I can just keep them spotted. But remember, Ranger is one of the carriers you can HE Citadel. Now, I'm in range right now. And I just start shooting. I just shoot. Now, I always keep watching the shells coming in. And then I maneuver. And I keep my shells literally right on that carrier. And you just see the huge line of blue going in on the carrier. You know, it's not much. But there we go, there's the Citadel. There's another Citadel, and it adds up. There's 4 Citadels, and that carrier's going down.
Problem solved, sir.
And the Colorado picks it up. I lose my torps. And at this point, I have to go dark. I lose my engine, so that's unfortunate. But I still have last stand, so I can still maneuver. And I get hit once there. I dodged all these shells. And one more shell hits me. I'm down to 202 health. But I can't do anything now, so... But we have picked up the CV.
Problem solved, sir. All stations.
And I'm like saying, focus this guy. Forget the cruisers. Shoot the... And I drop torps because I realize... This guy's just gonna... The Dallas is just gonna keep driving straight. He's gonna take... So I can drop torps so my torps will try to hit him. I pop my last heal. But everyone's like so focused on the cruisers that they just forget the battleship, which is unfortunate. I mean, perhaps if, you know, Wacky had gone for that ship, we might have been able to get that one down, but it's still a great match. I got 7 kills, 281,000 damage. Now Wacky's starting to take fire. And everyone's kind of just sheltering in the repair base now. But you can kind of see that the loss of those 2 ships that we had suffered, the Fuso and the Harbin, it does come to hurt us a bit. But, you know, I've only got engine boost now. I've got to just try to stay alive at this point. And I don't shoot the DD. I put everything on that battleship. I know I'm not going to be able to get it. It's unfortunate. And that's what stinks, is that we don't get the battleship. Which is unfortunate. And I just pop my in, I just do my throttle juking. I just keep shooting. I don't stop. Yeah, I lose a little turret there. It's whatever. But you can just see the damage in the shell is just hitting around. Now, I'm shocked that the Flynn hasn't died, or didn't die. So we're getting one shot. You get a fire there. You get a fire. But then I pop my last so I can speed juke and go back and forth, go back and forth. But you see how fast my health is going back up? Yeah, it's affecting my GPM, but it's unfortunate. It's whatever. I load AP thinking, okay, I'm gonna get a Citadel, get some Citadel damage.
Fire alarm.
And I do get a Citadel, but I'm just not able to get enough damage to crack that
Problem solved, sir.
200k mark, or the 300k mark.